Trump fries. That's right, Trump fries. Sounds pretty tasty. So I was actually at Dollar General and I saw these. Um, this will be like a food review type of thing, but this is like a newer one I've seen. It's a stir fry rice with noodles, General Tso's chicken, and I'm like thinking it's like General Tso's isn't really Chinese; it was like American. But then I was for some reason I was thinking about like it's like oh well like hamburgers are made of ham. Also a French not a French an American thing. It's like French fries aren't French. That's why should be called freedom fries. And I'm like, wait a minute, how about MAGA fries? And then I thought of like a sweet potato fry or just an orange fry, like a very bright orange fry, and then you just dip the tip of it in like mustard so it gives it the hair. And there you go, a Trump fry. And if it's great for both sides, you know, you have the people, his fan base are like, oh yeah, that's amazing. And then you have the psychos on the left that are like, great. Now, you know, I don't normally don't like Donald Trump, but looking at this fry, it looks like the fat slob himself, and I'm just imagining all the things I could do to him. You know, stick him in the mouth and crunch his bones or some bull crap like that. I don't know. Whatever the psychos on the left like to fantasize about. But I don't know what kind of fry it would be. Because it's like steak fries would make the most sense. You know, they're thick cut fry, they're fat, and but you know you put them in the fryer and they just don't fry very well. Crinkle fries, same thing. So I was thinking more like a waffle fry would be good, but it's not a structural thing. It's you know it's got the holes in it, and it's like a waffle. It looks like a waffle. So, but I think it's just a regular. Sam, go. Actually, let me bring up here uh types of fries. Well, that's I mean that's potato wedges, cottage fries. Yeah, shoestrings out of the question. Tater tots. That sounds really good. Short, fat. I mean, when it comes to Trump, I'm like he's not short. The guy's like 6'2". He's not short. And despite what people think, he's not as fat as you know everyone thinks he is. Um, is that the same one? What's this one? Let's see. Curly. I mean, curly, crinkle cut, no. You want it to be crispy. Steak fries, I've never had a crispy steak fry, ever. Potato wedges, same thing. Smileys, actually, those would make a lot of sense because they've already got a face on them. So make those out of like sweet potato, and then you dip the top in to make it look like his hair. A potato tornado, I made those at SeaWorld. Well, I was supposed to, but then we would end up eating most of it. Shoestring, no. Waffle fry, Belgian, tater tot. So I think it's between a tater tot. Actually, I should probably lower it so you guys can see it. Okay, so it says usually double fried to maximize crispiness, but even when they're fried, I've never had a crispy potato fry, a steak fry. Sweet potato fries is probably what I would make them out of, but I want like a orange, like like this color orange. The cottage fries are good. They're thick, but we have the smileys that already have a face. That way they're orange. You just dip them, and there you go. You have Orange Man Bad, fry form, demolish his face. So good. Um, Potato wedges. I mean, there. Okay, so if you guys had to pick a fry to make the Trump fries out of, which ones would it be? I'm thinking either tater tots, even though those aren't fries, they're tots, but they're perfect because you know if it's like it'd have to be smaller cut. Like if it was a steak fry, it would be smaller cut because there are some steak fries that are like that fucking long, you know. But it needs to be uniform, kind of like the Smileys. They're all like the same size. And if you're gonna have a gimmick like that, it has to be all the same size. But I'm thinking like tater tots. I think circular definitely would be best. Um, let's see. Sprinkle. Yeah, I think this is all the same one. Yeah, I've never had a crispy potato wedge or crispy steak fry or crispy usually like crinkle fries. Very seldom, no matter where I've gone to, it's very seldom have they been crispy. You know, even though they are smaller cut fry and generally thinner, maybe about that thick. Generally, usually I've never had a actual like when they're crispy. It's usually like the ones that have been like left in the fryer for too long, and they're pretty much extremely well done. Ooh, oh, I like that variety of fries. You got your curly fries, you got your crinkle, you got your sweet potato. Mmm, I love waffle fries. And that's why I thought the idea would be great with waffle fries. They're nice, they're crispy, but then like the very middle parts where the potatoes are still nice and fluffy. But again, if it was supposed to be for a gimmick, uh, it would just make more sense to have the Smileys, I guess. Because they also, same thing, they can get very nice and crunchy on the outside, but still very soft and fluffy on the inside. And they've got their faces. You dip them in the mustard. You get your Trump hair, and then you have little Trump faces. And you're like, "Argh!" And like we also you need to think of like a gimmick to like a slogan of like the taste is good, but this fry smells so good. Joe Biden will think that it's a small child. Dun 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 dun. They're so good you'll sniff these fries like Joe Biden sniffs a baby. Allegedly, allegedly. But yeah, well, 8 minutes talking about fries. Also, these are so good. So nice and crispy and crunchy, and even on their own. Like, I don't, I made those all the time at SeaWorld. Like, I was actually back there and, spot getting them into the spiral. And, we would fry them and this and that. And then we're like, also, there were like these sausages there. Like, we would get them and they were like the best seller at the stand that we were at. But there were so many of them that even with everyone buying them, there were still so much sausages left. And these were by far one of the most delicious things I've ever tasted. These sausages were so huge and juicy, I couldn't stop putting them in my mouth. I was just like, ah, 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 ah. No, but we had a really good chef at SeaWorld's named Chef Scott. A really good chef. Like some of the dishes that he would come out with there. Like we had like these little beef Wellington things, but they were like these little pockets. They were so good. And like most of the time when we did like the events and everything, we have an event and it's only like 100 people, but they bring us like 4 or 5 pans of one thing. It's not we're not gonna go through all of that. So every time we had to go back there or whatever, we were just like, They had like these like chicken wrapped in bacon, and like I said, these little beef Wellington pocket type things, like little mini beef Wellingtons and things like that. It was really, really good. And then at the end, we got to eat it all, well, as much as possible because they just got thrown out. So it's like, okay, time to sit down for 2 hours and eat as much as possible. But yeah, we made those potato tornado things. It was real. They were good. But that paired with that sausage, oh my god! I don't know what was in that sausage. I think it was just it might have been a blend. It might have been a little bit of beef, a little bit of pork. But oh my god, with the way we scarfed them down, you'd think the dudes were gay. Like, I've never scarfed down so many sausages in my life. I'm no, mind, no. But yeah, I want some those now actually, and Philly cheese fries are really, really good. The chips, the British chips. Get that with a bottle of water. I'm just kidding. You guys don't talk like that all the time. Curly fries, I love curly fries, but structurally, once you get the ketchup or whatever on the end, it just makes it heavier, and then you're trying to be, it's just like. So tater tots, I love. They're small, structurally sound. You get crispy on the outside, nice and fluffy on the inside, and it's one of those things that it's unlike these where they're thinner and they don't seem to get crispy. These do, and you still get that nice, soft fluffiness of the inside with the potatoes. It's so good. Crinkle cuts, the same thing. It's a smaller fry, and you would think would fry up well, but it's like you have to triple, double, triple or whatever fry them just to get them to be crispy. And it's like, even then, they're mildly crunchy at best. Like, I've never had a steak fry and be like, oh man, that was a crispy steak fry. No, you might as well just bite into a freaking potato. I mean, a raw freaking potato has more crunch and crisp than the freaking steak fry. I was going to talk about more stuff, but I might as well just make this a 15-minute video about French fries. What is your guys' favorite French fry? I mean, of course, sweet potato fries are the way to go. Every single one of these waffle fries, tater tots, curly fries, just make them sweet potato fries. I'm fine. I love sweet potato fries. And sweet potato, it's like it does have that sweetness to it. I mean, you got sweet potato casserole and sweet potato pie, and so it is used for like desserts and all that. So it has a sweetness, but you can dip it in ketchup, you can dip it in mustard, and it still tastes just fine. It's not like the mustard or ketchup or anything overpowers it or gives it an odd taste. It works really, really well. I love sweet potato fries. Um, shoestrings are kind of like with curly fries. It's best to just, obviously you pick up a whole bunch and just like, because that's what you do with curly fries. You don't just pick up like one strand and like you just pick up a whole bunch of them. They all just spiral and standard cut. I mean, I think the only standard cut. I mean, as sad as it is, I mean, McDonald's French fries are the top for a reason. They're not really crispy, but they're just good. They're just good, especially when they're right out of the. I was gonna say out of the oven, right out of the fryer when they're nice and piping hot. They are so good. I mean, I don't get McDonald's really at all. I think the last time I did was like a year ago or something. But I love McDonald's fries. And then we got the souffles, potatoes sliced medium until puff up. Yeah, it's kind of like a lighter. Kind of looks like just a potato that's just lighter on the inside. Potato wedges, it's just I don't know. So I guess the moral of the story, or the what we should take away is, if you were to make a Trump fry, because it perfect for both sides, the people who like him and the people who hate him. One can idolize it, and one can imagine all the terrible things they would do to him. Smiley fries just make more sense because it already has a face. A sweet potato fry or something is a smiley, and then you dip the top in, like, in the mustard. Boom, there you go. But tater tots also really, really good. The cottage fries are actually, I don't know. But yeah, what's your favorite fry, and what would you, if we were to make a Trump fry, which one would you take? Um, I made almost a 20-minute video about French fries, and also about how I had an unhealthy obsession with gargling sausage at SeaWorld. I'm telling you, if you weren't there, you wouldn't understand. If you've never been to SeaWorld in San Antonio and you've never had one of those sausages, you won't get it. You would have to be there to understand. That's why they sold so well. I mean, it obviously wasn't us buying them because we could get them for free. We were back there cooking them and, putting them in where we needed to. So we could get as many as we wanted. But it was the number one seller at the stand that we were at because they were just that good. I don't know what was in them. It could have been, testicles for all I know, but they were good. They were good. Those were the tastiest testicles I've ever tasted. And also then, slogan. I'm still going with the French fries so good that Biden will mistake it for a small child. Or, the whole you'll sniff these fries like Biden sniffing a child. But slogan. Slogans, names, go. Because Trump fries, I mean, let's see. Aren't no Cheeto. They're either the fat orange Cheeto or that orangutan. And let's see, what would be a clever name? Uh isn't there already a Fat Man's Fry or something? Or a Fat Boy? I can't remember. I would know it would have to be fat in the title. Something about, not too long of a name, but enough to where you can add some of those insults in there. And some of these fries, they're so good, even if you have small hands, you can still eat them. Easy to pick up, even with small hands. You'll be able to grab these fries like you grab pussy. And this is coming from a guy who thinks he's hilarious and likes him. I've got no problem making fun of the guy. So, fries you'll buy these fries so often you'll go bankrupt. Uh anyway, yeah, all that stuff. I'm done here. Bye.